For alteration number 19, we're going to be doing a sloping shoulder. As a general rule, the average slope of a shoulder, what that means is from a person's neck down to the tip of their shoulder, usually slants down. We don't just go straight across. And that's usually an average of like 1.5 to 2 inches. But an individual who slants more than that has what we call a sloping shoulder. So to adjust the pattern so that it can fit an individual who has a sloping shoulder, we start cutting at the neck. And we don't want to have to adjust the sleeve. So we're going to cut all the way along the armhole as well. And down onto the side seam. So we're cutting off that entire distance. We're going to hinge at the neckline. We're going to hinge at the shoulder. We're going to hinge at the underarm. I'm not touching or hinging anything in the sleeve. So it's all going to be able to move like this. And then I'm going to grab my piece of paper and I'm going to tape all this down. Once it's taped down, I figure out how much this shoulder needs to go down. So let's just say it just needs to drop 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to start up here at the top. I'm going to drop the shoulder down that 1/8 of an inch and tape it in place. And then the next spot that I'm going to look is I'm going to line up on the side seam, this section right here. I'm going to line it up with the other seam allowance down on the side seam, making sure that my armhole lays nice and flat. And then I'll tape it all in place. The other piece that this affects is the back piece, because the back will also have to affect the sloping shoulder. But because we addressed it all the way down to here, we've already taken care of our side seams to match with the back. But by taking it all the way down here, I haven't changed the size of my armhole, which means that I don't have to adjust my sleeve. So we did a little bit of extra cutting and everything on here so that I didn't have to adjust my sleeve pattern at all. So then I can cut off my extra paper. In some ways I actually didn't need to add the extra paper on this one because it all ended up staying inside. But this went down and this went down and it kind of went down there a little bit as well. But that is how you do the number 19 sloping shoulder alteration.